2026 is stacked with modern classics that look vintage, yet ride clean and current. We're hunting 10 new machines that nail that old tank, round light, and real road manners. Expect seat heights in inches, tank sizes in gallons, plus MSRP and used ranges where they already trade. Some picks feel like a secret upgrade for sore wrists and stiff knees. Wait until you see the one people laughed at, then quietly order before prices jump again, buddy. Number 10. Honda SCL500. Most riders glance at it and think style only. Then the first block proves it is simple and friendly. That 471 cubic centimeters twin gives smooth torque early, so we flow traffic instead of fighting gears. At walking pace, it stays stable and light, which matters when our knees are stiff and the parking lot is sloppy. Honda built this platform tough, and owners see long service life with basic care, not constant wrench drama. Anti-lock brakes are standard. The controls feel neat, and the whole bike stays predictable in panic moments. Seat height is about 31.1 inches, and the upright bar reach keeps wrists neutral and shoulders relaxed. Tank is 3.2 gallons, curb weight about 425 pounds, so it feels simple and manageable. The 6-speed box is smooth, and fuel injection starts drama-free when it's parked cold in the garage. Suspension is plush enough for potholes, yet still stable in quick turns. That's why it fits 2026. It looks vintage, but runs like a modern commuter daily. One rider shared, easy to handle and learn on. Overall, just great fun. We get a roomy stance, a knee bend, and foot-down confidence that feels secure when gravel or crowns show up. A new pricing lands $6,800 to $7,000, and used examples sit mid-4,000s to mid-6,000s based on values. The only real knock is that wind protection is minimal, so highway riders add a small screen and call it done. Even with that, the ride feels honest and peaceful, and it never asks us to prove anything at bike night. Next, we keep the retro vibes, but add big twin thump and more presence today. If your knees crack at stoplights and your wrists ache, hit like. We want bikes with simple manners today again. Number 9. Royal Enfield Shotgun 650. At first glance, it looks like a custom prop, all attitude and posture. Then we ride it, and it feels actual. That 648cc twin delivers peaceful torque, and the bike begs for steady cruising, not ego runs. The best part is the proven platform, the same 650 family that has stacked major miles with basic care. Service stays simple, oil, chain, valves on schedule, and parts are common in a lot of markets now. The modular rear setup is clever, runs solo or add a passenger pad, plus a small bag for day loops. Suspension is tuned for street comfort, so potholes feel managed instead of jarring when our backs are picky. Seat height sits about 31.7 inches, so we get a natural knee bend without feeling perched. The tank is about 3.4 gallons, which sounds small, but the mellow tune stretches range better than expected. In the cockpit, the bars land neutral, the pegs feel right, and the seat lets us slide and settle, not lock in. That matters because shifting our hips keeps backs happy on longer loops. It nails the classic design brief, retro silhouette, modern brakes, and starts every time manners. Here is the honest trade. Weight shows up at parking lot speed, so tight turns need smooth inputs and patient eyes. Once rolling, it feels stable, and that calm rhythm turns back roads into peaceful therapy, not a wrist fight. Pricing stays value forward. New bikes often land around $7,000, and clean used ones can dip into the 5s fast. If you like this classic shape, the next pick keeps the retro look, but brings more budget punch and sharper response. Number 8. CFMoto 700CL-X Heritage. Here's the one people skip for the branding, then they sit on it and go, wow, this fits normal. The engine is 693 cubic centimeters, and the pull feels smooth through town, with enough shove for highway merges. Ownership surprises us too. Modern electronics, fuel injection, and warranty support where it is sold, plus simple daily checks. The layout is straight standard, so our shoulders stay relaxed, our wrists stay neutral, and our knees do not scream. Seat height is about 31.7 inches, the tank is about 3.4 gallons, and the stance feels balanced. It turns with light effort, and the brakes feel solid, so the bike builds confidence for real riding fast. The dash and switches feel modern, and the throttle mapping feels clean, so small inputs do not become jerky surprises. Lend it to a buddy, and he smiles fast, because the manners feel friendly. Senior riders like it because the value is actual. We get features that used to cost extra on big-name classics. One rider said, "This bike has got a ton of technology built in with a good balance of style and performance." That means heated grips or a better seat becomes a desire, not a needed fix, and our budgets breathe again. New pricing sits in the smart buy bracket, around $6,000 to $7,000, and used ones can undercut badges hard. The downside is the dealer network depends on region, so parts and service planning matter if you live far out. Do that homework, and the bike is a strong play, stylish, modern, and still old school enough to park proudly. Next, we keep the upright theme, but swap to Italian flavor, with a niche name that rides way more normal than it sounds. If you hate paying the badge, taxes, hit likes, and subscribe. We're hunting value again, so your wallet stays happy. Number 7. Moto Morini Seiemmezzo R. We expect a boutique bike with quirks. Then the Seiemmezzo shows up as a surprisingly usable standard. Its 649 cubic centimeters twin feels torquey at sane RPM, and fuel injection keeps starts crisp and drama-free. The seat is about 31.3 inches, and the tank is about 4.1 gallons, so range feels practical. Ergos are upright with stable leverage, and the bar position keeps our elbows loose, not locked like a sport cage. In traffic, it feels light. It threads gaps, clean, and the clutch action stays friendly when stop and go gets awful. The exhaust note has character without being noisy, so we can roll early mornings without waking the whole street. Brakes feel progressive, and the chassis stays stable on sweepers, the kind of road we ride for peaceful speed. Owners like the straightforward layout, chain drive, easy access panels, and the kind of service jobs a normal shop can handle. Senior riders enjoy the difference too. It looks unique, but it never feels weird to live with day to day. It is a modern classic because it mixes neo-retro lines with modern safety basics and a motor that stays smooth. Price varies by market, but used can often be a sleeper deal where available. The honest caution is resale can be softer than big Japanese names, so we buy it for riding, not for flipping. If you want a bike that stands out without acting fragile, this one checks that box in a quiet way. Next, we flip the vibe, lower seat, more chrome mood, and a cruise stance that still feels modern in traffic. At number 6, Triumph Bonneville Bobber. Most folks expect bobber painful. Then the first miles feel smooth and oddly peaceful, like the bike is slowing the world down. That 1,200 cubic centimeters twin is tuned for torque, not drama, so we roll on and surf, no frantic rev chase. Triumph's modern build is solid, the support network is strong, and the parallel twin family has proven lengthy service life. Seat height sits about 27.2 inches, and that low perch boosts confidence when our knees are stiff at stops. The tank is about 3.2 gallons, and yes, it is small, but the relaxed pace makes range better than you'd guess. Wind protection is minimal, so a small screen and thicker grips can make a lengthy ride feel secure. Ergonomics are low and laid back, yet not a couch. The reach stays natural, and the bars keep wrists neutral. Top speed of Triumph Bonneville Bobber. Senior riders love that it looks classic, but it rides secure with modern brakes and a chassis that tracks stable. The pricing is premium. New bikes cost around $13,000 to $15,000, and clean used ones cost around $10,000 to $13,000. The trade-off is cornering clearance is limited, so if you chase lean angles, you will scrape and you will laugh. Ride it like it wants, and it becomes a weekend reset button with real style and simple manners. Next, we go lighter and quicker, a true roadster feel, but still with that old-school styling you desire in 2026. Comment which modern classic surprised you most, and tell us the one you would test ride this weekend, no excuses. Number 5. Ducati Scrambler Full Throttle. That name scares many of us on pricing, service, and long-term costs, but the Full Throttle feels simple from the first clutch release. Ducati's 803 cubic centimeters twin delivers smooth torque early, so we are not chasing RPM to have fun. Modern rider aids add secure confidence on sketchy pavement, and that reduces rider fatigue on long days. The upright bars and narrow waist keep the bike manageable in town, and the seat height sits about 31.5 inches for easy footing. Fuel range stays practical because the tank is about 3.6 gallons, perfect for quick loops and weekend hops. In 2026, it carries classic style with modern manners, and it idles smooth without old bike drama. Ownership is friendly because the Scrambler line has massive aftermarket support for seats, bars, mini screens, and soft luggage. That matters when our wrists want a gentler bend, or our knees want a different peg feel, and we want fixes that stay simple. A seat upgrade plus taller screen makes it comfortable for bigger bodies all day, yet the chassis stays stable. New pricing usually lands around $12,000 to $14,000, while clean used examples commonly sit $9,000 to $12,000, depending on year and miles. The light negative is that dealer labor can get pricey, so we shop smart, plan service, and avoid panic buys. If this Italian vibe hooked you, the next bike trades flash for premium build, boxer character, and a more stable highway attitude. Number 4. BMW R 12nineT. At first glance, this looks like a cafe trophy. Then the R 12nineT rides like a premium standard that feels stable at any pace. The Boxer is 1,170 cubic centimeters, and it gives a smooth pull right off idle, which keeps our wrists relaxed in traffic. BMW builds these with solid fit and finish, and that usually means fewer rattles and less tinkering as miles stack up. Maintenance is not bargain cheap, but the layout is accessible, and a good independent shop keeps service predictable. Seat height is about 31.7 inches, and the tank holds about 4.6 gallons for real 200-mile legs. The seat is supportive, the pegs feel natural, and the engine sound stays pleasant for long rides, always. The riding triangle is neutral. The bars give confident leverage, and the chassis stays composed on rough patches. Modern brakes and traction systems add secure control so we can enjoy the torque without white-knuckle moments. Exhaust sound of BMW R 12nineT. Add a small screen, and it turns into a comfortable mileage tool, while the chassis stays lithe and controlled in tight corners. New pricing commonly sits around $16,000 to $18,000, and clean used examples usually land $12,000 to $16,000, depending on options. Weight is noticeable at walking speed, so we use clutch control and keep steering inputs smooth. If you want the same classic vibe, but with more legroom and a taller view over traffic, number 3 goes Scrambler and stays simple. Tap like and subscribe if you hate upsell games and want pricing that keeps our riding peaceful, not stressful today. Number 3, Triumph Scrambler 900. People buy this Scrambler for the looks, then they hit cracked pavement, and the ride feels peaceful, stable, and oddly confident. The 900 cubic centimeters twin is tuned for early torque, so roll-on passes feel simple without downshifts. Triumph has built this motor across multiple models, and that track record brings durable trust when we rack up miles. Parts support is strong, owner forums are active, and the accessory catalog is massive for racks, screens, skid plates, and seats. Seat height is about 37 inches, the tank is about 3.2 gallons, and the narrow waist keeps stops secure. The upright posture keeps our shoulders relaxed, and the wide bars give controlled leverage in slow turns. For older knees, the peg bend feels natural, the seat is supportive, and we can slide back without feeling cramped. Chain service stays simple, and the intervals are reasonable, so ownership feels practical between trips. The exhaust note stays pleasant, and the motor feels smooth at cruise RPM, which helps on long 2-lane days. On gravel, stay careful, keep speed modest, stay stable. Suspension travel is generous, and the chassis stays composed over potholes, which keeps our hands relaxed on long mornings out there. New pricing usually sits in the low to mid-10,000s, while clean used examples often land $7,000 to $11,000 based on year and add-ons. The light negative is that wind protection is minimal, so a small screen becomes a smart upgrade for long commutes. If you love this scrambly stance but want a cheaper badge and heavier nostalgia. Number 2 brings nostalgia with simple, steady power. Number 2, Royal Enfield Classic 650. Nostalgia hits hard when we see the classic 650, yet the ride feels simple, steady, and far less fussy than the old bikes we remember. The 648cc twin is a proven platform, tuned for peaceful torque, and it likes a relaxed throttle hand. Royal Enfield keeps the layout straightforward, which makes ownership feasible for riders who would rather ride than spend weekends wrenching. Service tasks are simple. The parts catalog is growing, and the community is loyal, so support keeps getting better. Seat height is about 31.5 inches. The tank is about 3.9 gallons, and the upright posture keeps our back happy. The bars land natural, the pegs feel comfortable, and slow speed balance stays stable in real traffic. It is not trying to win races, and that is the point, because the motor stays smooth at cruising RPM and never feels frantic. For stiff knees, the rhythm is forgiving and the seat shape is supportive, so we can cruise longer before our joints demand recovery at every stop. Braking and basic electronics feel modern enough to trust, and the finish looks classic enough to park anywhere with pride. Where it is sold, new pricing usually lands around $7,000 to $8,000, and early used listings often stay close when bikes are kept clean. The light negative is weight is noticeable at a walking pace, so we keep the clutch smooth and give ourselves space. If you want this vintage look, but with a stronger shove and a more premium chassis, the last pick brings torque, controlled handling, and real roadster energy. Do you like this video? Click that like button. And if you want to support us even more, become a member. Have early access to the newest videos. Number 1. Triumph Speed Twin 1200. Some riders expect a short ride hot rod, then the Speed Twin 1200 shows up as a practical roadster with smooth manners. The 1200 cubic centimeters twin hits with strong mid-range torque, so we shift less and keep our wrists relaxed in stop and go. Triumph has been refining this platform for years, and the result feels mature, solid, and ready for daily miles. Seat height is about 31.7 inches, and the tank is about 3.8 gallons, so fuel stops stay reasonable. The bars are natural, the seat feels supportive, and the peg bend stays friendly for stiff knees on longer loops. Chassis balance is stable at highway pace, and the suspension feels controlled when the road turns rough and patched. Brakes feel confident. Throttle response stays clean, and the engine never feels twitchy when we roll through small towns. Ownership stays simple because Triumph parts support is strong, and the community has endless tips on screens, seats, and luggage. New pricing usually lands in the low to mid-10,000s, while clean used examples often run 8 to 12,000, depending on year and trim. The light negative is that wind protection is minimal, so a small screen becomes a smart add-on if we do big highway miles. Even with that, the bike keeps classic style with modern reliability, and it feels like something we buy once and keep. It carries value because resale stays strong when we keep miles up and service documented. Now tell us, which modern classic feels best on your body, not your ego, and which one made you say respect out loud? Click the next video to continue the road trip. Join our tribe by subscribing. And if you want to support our channel and have early access to the newest videos, become a member. And don't forget to like this video.